a practitioner of my own work. And so I'm working out this new type of content creation where I'm getting real, raw, and down and dirty with you guys, giving you all the lowdown on how to be vulnerable. And I don't know if you guys have checked it out lately. There is a Brene Brown Netflix show that really inspired me to just really go for it. And it's really interesting to see where she came from, uh, using the spine of her work comes from a saying from Teddy Roosevelt, who said, dare greatly. How do you dare greatly is to become vulnerable. And vulnerability, I don't know if you guys know, goes hand in hand with courage. You can't have courage without vulnerability. And, I was just speaking to a good friend of mine about that and how to be vulnerable and how scary it can be. So, without further ado, we're going to dive in. And to give you a bit of background, Naked and Uncut show with me, Alex. You're going to come for the storytelling and stay for the quirky and fun advice. And hopefully you get some value out of it. And I'm looking for people to join the show just like yourselves so that you can come in, tell your story, be heard, be seen, and bring some significance to your life. I know you guys are important already, but I want other people to take your important stories and maybe learn from them too. So without further ado, let's go in. Today's topic, we're talking about some advice that I wish I knew a long time ago that may help you. And well, it would have helped me for sure. So how to find my purpose and passion. That's some advice that I wish I had a long time ago. If I'm going to get into a story here, what it means to find your purpose and passions. If you're going to define that, what does it mean to find your purpose and passion? With it, I think you'll have so much more direction and motivation to do so many more new things in life. And so, just like this girl here, she is painting away. She can probably spend hours upon end, drawing on these canvases and just being a creator of whatever it is that she can imagine. Now, you hear it all the time. Your imagination is, the limit. The skies are the limits when it comes to imagination. And so what does it really mean to do that and be able to do that? Well, let me ask you this. The job that you're in right now, whatever you're doing from day to day, is that something you're passionate about? Do you feel that that's your purpose? I can say I didn't find mine, actually, I didn't find my passion. The passion found me. And to become a life coach and to be talking to you guys like this, I wouldn't have imagined doing this in a million years. I mean, if I'm being serious and honest with you guys, I never thought I would have this fancy camera, nice mic. I thought I would be working at a university, cushy job, the 9 to 5, having health insurance and all that, done for me. And not have to think about finding money and having an average paycheck come in month to month. That's nice. It's safe. But if I want to tell you my story, long story short is I wanted more. I was driving to work one day and I said to myself, I don't want to drive this way anymore. I felt that something was lacking. I knew I could do more. I wanted to offer more. For those of you who don't know, I was studying to become a dentist. And I had a French degree and a science degree. And really, all in all, I didn't know where I was going. I had no direction. I had no motivation to keep going until I met my wife, and a few things happened to me along the way. And I stumbled upon life coaching. I was sitting down with a good friend of mine. His name is Yang, who at the time was a life coach, but I had no idea what a life coach did. Funny, right? And he was saying, I told him, I'm really concerned about my mom. She has this health issue that I wish I could help her with, but none of the doctors say it's curable. And he said, well, I think I can help you. And I said, well, what are you talking about? You can help me. The doctors can't even help her. How can you help me? It's like, well, I studied something called neurolinguistics programming, and this stuff helps people in ways that you could never imagine. So long story short, he told me about it, and we had this deep conversation. And the stuff that came out of that conversation was amazing. He made me see things so much clearer, saw so many new possibilities for myself. And at the end of it all, he even said the craziest thing that I, at the time I thought was the craziest thing. He said, you can do this too. I said, what? I could be a life coach? I mean, no, that can't be right. And we were sitting at dim sum, we were eating the food, and I just kept thinking, pondering, what if I did become a life coach? What if I could help the people in ways that not many people could? I thought you could only help people by becoming a doctor, a dentist, or a lawyer, one of those typical high prestige, by all means, we need them in this world, but they're not everything, and they're not the only ways that we can help people. And so what I did was I went on this journey of 10 months of intense training to become a life coach and a certified NLP master practitioner. And it was such an amazing ride. We become so isolated and so insular with our worlds, especially when we're working in the 9 to 5 and we get into that comfort zone of, I know I'm going to make money next month and I don't need to worry about it. And, especially during these times of pandemics, the stability is so important. The stability there that we get from those jobs helps us stay grounded. And by all means, I'm not saying, go quit your job and go work your passion right away, because long story short, the passion will find you. All you got to do is show up to the table, try new things. And if you fall in love with something that you think you might want to pursue, try it. Be bold. We spend half our lives working. And if we're not doing something that we actually enjoy, we'll never be great at it. So I urge you again to think about what it is that you're doing now. Is it something that you're passionate about? I mean, you need money to survive, yes, but really get out there, try some things new, that makes you feel uncomfortable. And here's something that I love to tell people is that at the edge of comfort, where there is a little bit of that discomfort, that's where the phenomenal growth happens. If you keep doing that, you're going to keep growing and you're going to become so interesting that people will want to talk to you. And it's such an amazing feeling to grow. And as human beings, like anything in life, if you're not growing, you're dying. And so I would urge you to do that. And what I want to share with you today is this little excerpt by our friend, Steve Jobs. He is the reason why I called my podcast or my live show Connect the Dots, because he's a big advocate of connecting the dots. And you can't connect the dots until you've lived, right? You got to look backwards and connect the dots. You can't look forward and connect the dots. So it goes here: remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life. Almost everything, all external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure, these things just fall away in the face of death, leaving only what is truly important. Remembering that you are going to die in the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. You are already naked. Anyways, I hope this was insightful for you folks. Steve Jobs, great man, great visionary. He brought so much value to the tech industry. And I don't know about you, but I got my iPhone here. So Steve, if you're listening, thanks. And lastly, getting raw, getting naked is always not easy. A lot of people can't do it. And how to become a better speaker, how to connect with people so much more intently and at a human to heart level, you got to get vulnerable. So I would invite you, if you've watched it to this point of the video, check out my Naked and Uncut program. It's a 30-day live transformation where you go live just like this. And again, as I said, I'm a practitioner of my own work. So if you're interested on getting vulnerable, showing up powerfully, getting over camera shy, and really just showing up like the full potential you are in this world, come check it out. And I will see you guys in the next video. All right, take care.